Well, here we are in Acton, Texas. This is where Davy Crocket's wife is buried. This is Acton Cemetery in Acton, Texas. It's one of the smallest state park. It says includes the grave of Mrs. Elizabeth P. Crockett, 1788 to 1860. Her husband she is the widow of the Alamo hero David Crockett. This is a real nice place out here. It's real peaceful. We're going to walk over this way and go through the gate. They have the Confederate veterans here also. That's the Confederate veterans. Little memorial for the veterans of the Confederacy that fought in the 1860s. We're going to go on out here and we're going to walk along and look. They have a lot of soldiers that are buried out here. There's quite a few of them. I can't walk out there on the graves, but there are quite a few of them. It's a nice little place here. Out here in Acton, Texas. We're going to walk back out on the road. Walk on down there. Go to Miss Elizabeth Crockett's memorial that they have set up out here. And here's the Confederate grave sites right here. They've got the Confederate flags on them. Confederate Army flags. I would walk over there, but I want to get over here right quick and show you her memorial. This is my first time for being here. This is quite a big place here. You can see it. It is really quite a big, big place. Well, they've been burying since the 1800s. So I can see Mrs. Crockett's site way over here. Boy, it's really a nice, peaceful place out here. It's sad that Davy Crockett lost his life. They said that his wife grieved for years. And they also said that Mrs. Crockett did the work of 4 men. She was that durable, you know. She was a pioneer. Here it is right here. You can see it's in such a peaceful place. The wind is blowing right now, so I hope it's not interfering with the audio. I'm trying my best to shield it. But here it is, Elizabeth Patton Crockett, daughter of Robert Patton, soldier, North Carolina Revolutionary War marker. Placed by Elizabeth Crockett, chapter, June 2nd. And then here's the board here that's got everything written about her. And there's Davy Crockett. I don't know if you can see him that well. Those are original pictures from what I understand. Isn't that something? There's actually a... Well, I can't read that writing, it's so small. From Tennessee to Texas. And here's her monument right here. Here's her gravesite right here. She was married to Davy Crockett in Lawrence County, Tennessee in 1815. She died in Johnson County, now it's Hood County, that's where I'm at right now in Acton, Texas, on January 31st, 1860. She was 72 years old when she died. That's how old I am. It looks like her daughter, Matilda, is buried next to her. Matilda Porter Crockett. And then her son, Robert Patton Crockett, That's his grave also right there. That's his sister's and that's his. It sure is a nice monument they got for her. Sure is sad about Davy Crockett. Wonder what he'd think about our borders being wide open here in Texas now, when him and all the men at the Alamo, they gave their lives. And yet these people in Washington right now, they've opened the borders up wide open. And we're overrun. There's a lot of Confederate graves out here. The markers are so old that the names, you can't even read them. But it's really sad. 1788, 1860. Boy, I'll tell you what, it's quite a history we have here in Texas, you know it? And in the United States of America, not just here, but all over the United States. Many men lost their lives at the Alamo. They did everything they could do to help Texas, and now we're overrun by the Mexicans again. They've overrun our nation. And we're told that we have to put up with it. We can't say anything. If you say anything, you're a racist. You're a bad person if you say anything. So you have to keep your mouth shut and go on unless you want trouble. But there's quite a lot of history out here that's buried. Can you imagine if these people could talk? The stories that they would tell us about the days of early Texas, and the things that happened, the things that went on. My. Lord bless all those precious men that gave their lives at the Alamo, and all these men out here that died in the Confederacy, and of course the Union soldiers also. That was a horrible calamity what happened there. That was a war that should not have been started, and the people in charge in Washington, D.C., they're the same ones that started the Civil War. Here's some kind of an animal hole here up underneath this tree. But it's really something. There's so very many graves out here. So many people. But it sure makes you stop and think about the people that have given their lives for all of us. The people that have gone before us. And the sacrifices like Mrs. Elizabeth Crockett went through. She raised her children. She did everything by herself. She did every bit of it by herself. And she never complained. But they said that she grieved quite a bit for Davy Crockett. She grieved for him so much. And that when she died, of course, she was speaking of him. Well, I wanted to show you, good people, this cemetery here. And if you're ever in Acton, Texas, that's A-C-T-O-N, you can come by here and look and go along and look at the different graves that they have out here of the Confederate soldiers that were killed in the 1860s. And a lot of them come out here and redo these tombstones they have out here. They try to keep them up. Of course, the Confederates and things like that, and Mrs. Crockett, they're not allowed to touch those. Those are historic, and you're just not allowed to do it. But it's a nice little place. It sure is peaceful here. It is so peaceful. You look at these big, beautiful trees and these people that are laid to rest underneath them. You think of the men at the Alamo, Colonel William Barrett Travis, Jim Bowie, Davy Crockett, and all the rest of them. You think about Goliad, how the Mexican soldiers marched the soldiers out of there. They surrendered, and they had their hands tied behind their back, and they cut their throats. That's what the Mexicans did to us. Nothing was ever done. Sam Houston let them go. So they took the Alamo flag, drenched with the blood of the people that fought at the Alamo, and they took it back to Mexico. To my understanding, they still have that flag. That the people of the Alamo, that was their flag. But Santa Anna, that was his prize. And Sam Houston even let him take it with him. So I don't have much of an opinion of Sam Houston, I'll be quite honest with you. But that's the Acton Cemetery that I wanted to show all you wonderful people. It's quite a place, quite a memorial. Quite a memorial. Well, hey, you have a wonderful day. Please like and subscribe. I'm Grandpa Hickory. I wish the best for everyone, and please remember the Alamo, and remember all the brave people that have given their lives for our nation and our states, and how they've done what they could to the best of their ability to help all of us be free. God bless you all.